Welcome to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, CNN for sale. That's starting to get rumor mill going again. There's some movements at Warner Bros. Discovery that says they may be preparing to sell some or all of their cable networks or spin them off. Next up, more layoffs are coming to local TV stations. We'll tell you what's happening there. And Discovery Plus price hike. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick minute. If you want to find a link to any of these stories I'm about to talk about so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions, check out the show notes or in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself. Second, if you like what we do here, we do videos like this every Monday through Friday, plus special editions and breaking news, reviews, and more. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. We would really appreciate it. With that said, let's dive into it. First up, CNN for sale. Now, there's been speculation about this. Its ratings are really bad. They're trying to put some of the content on the website behind a paywall in order to generate more revenue and other issues. Now, late last week, Warner Bros. Discovery announced a massive reorganization that's going to take some time. This will be finished in 2025. But with this, they're separating the streaming and the traditional TV companies, the TV networks like CNN. And that has raised speculation that they're going to follow Comcast and spin them off. CNN has been repeatedly listed as one of the prime candidates to be sold off, a distant third place right now compared to the leader of Fox News in the world of cable news networks. It's been looking to sell off. Now, CNN has a massive infrastructure and a big following. And there's been reportedly a lot of interest from competitors and investment companies in it. With Warner Bros. Discovery looking to focus more on Max, there's been some talk about that. Now, there is a pump the brakes moment on this that says, hey, but Warner Bros. Discovery has also talked about how CNN is a big part of their Max strategy to offer some live news in their attempt to make Max a one-stop shop. You got sports on it, you got some news content on it, and you got other features there. It's very interesting to see how this will play out. While you don't get a 24/7 feed of the cable CNN network in Max, you do get on-demand content and a custom-created live feed of CNN programming there with it inside of Max. Selling off CNN, would that mean it leaving Max? Could be, but could also be them deciding that there just wasn't enough traction for it. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. The way people are getting news is changing. Increasingly, it's not from traditional newspapers. We saw that go away. Radio news is a fraction of what it once was, and now TV news is kind of falling victim of YouTube channels, of websites, podcasts, and the ever-scrolling feed you get from your phone. Increasingly, it's just we're seeing that impact. We're seeing CNN definitely get hit by this very hard compared to some others. And that could make Warner Bros. Discovery just say, hey, for the good of the whole company, maybe we sell this off while it's still worth something. That's pretty nice, and we use that money to invest in what we think are more profitable sections of our business. We'll keep a close eye on this, but get your prediction in now. Do you think in 2025 or after Warner Bros. Discovery sells CNN? I don't think it's going away. I do think there is serious speculation here out there that CNN may have new owners before we know it. Maybe not this year, maybe even not 2025, but sooner than you would think. All right, let's keep moving along. More layoffs are coming to local ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC stations. The largest owner of local TV stations in the United States has announced a 2% reduction of its property, of its employment workforce at its local TV stations, which also includes the CW affiliates. This is Nexstar Media Group has been making heavy cuts and changes out there. And a lot of this is impacting local news. We've already heard from many owners of local TV stations, cuts of local news. Now this is happening again. Goes down to the drop in ad revenue. A lot of these TV stations had good ad revenues in 2024, but it's because of the election. And with that, the political season being over, those ads, let's be honest, we all hate them. Those political ads are over. The TV companies who actually love those ads because it drives up their ad budgets are now faced with the fact that, hey, now we need to tighten the belts. The gold rush is over for a few years. We got to hold off for the next one. But increasingly, ad spending has been moving away from traditional TV, well, not completely, to other places. And so that, Nexstar and others are tightening their belts by cutting costs there. We'll keep a close eye on this. Leave me a comment. Let me know, have you seen your local TV station lay off some staff? I'd love to hear from you. But look for more and more to do that. All right, next are up. Discovery Plus price hike. We got Sling started contacting customers that the ad-free experience of Discovery Plus was going to go up $1 from $8.99 to $9.99 a month. It's about a year after its last price hike. No word yet on the ad-supported plan. We've reached out to Warner Bros. Discovery for comment and have not heard back from them, but does not surprise us. Now, most Discovery Plus content is now available in Max, but not all. This could be an attempt to try to continue to push people to get the slightly more expensive Max plan that gives you a lot more content and them a little bit more money. Now, initially, when those two services merged, there was a lot of talk that Discovery Plus would completely go away. Later, they said, well, we understand there's a lot of people who just enjoy Discovery Plus and don't care about all the other content, so they maintained the service. Though they don't really promote it, they don't do a lot for it. A vast majority of the content didn't move to Max, but there is a sliver of content that's exclusive through Discovery Plus. We'll keep a close eye on it, but it joins a growing trend of companies raising their streaming prices as the cost of content is going up. The cost of labor is going up. The cost of fuel and wood and all this has gone up. And now they are raising the price to help offset some of that. So we'll keep a close eye on it. All right. Apple is reportedly launching a new Apple TV next year with custom chips. Now, this comes from Bloomberg, who says their sources have said this. Originally reported for early in 2024. Before that date came, Bloomberg came out and said, hey, our sources have said something's come up. Apple's decided to push this project back. And now we're hearing early in 2025. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean January? Does that mean the first half of 2025? Are we talking May? We don't know. But also a new HomePod Mini smart speaker will be reportedly coming out. New custom-built chipsets for improved performance. I do struggle with that a little bit. I know Apple's like, we're so powerful, we do all this stuff. And yeah, you are, but we're kind of at a point of diminishing returns a little bit. With 8K, let's be honest, not really going anywhere right now in the content world when it comes to major media companies. Most of these stream players are more than powerful enough to do 4K and the like. Because of that, we're seeing a significant drop in demand for more and more powerful features. Apple, we'll see what the price point on this, but if it's very expensive, I think Apple's going to continue to struggle to find a following. Because I don't think most cord cutters care, about a split-second faster load time versus a Fire TV or a Google or whatever it may be. So we'll keep a close eye on this, but I think if the only feature here that's new in this new Apple TV is a different chip that's maybe a tiny bit faster, I think they're going to struggle to find a following. And I think that's why we've seen Roku back off of updating a lot of its streaming players, because it's hard for it to justify a lot of these new features. The new Roku Ultra update came in at the same price point. Its big selling point was an improved remote with some new features on it. Yeah, the device itself was a little bit more powerful, but that wasn't what they're selling. Apple needs a similar either improvement in the remote or improvement in something else, I think, to attract new developers or new supports. All right, next up. Fubo is winning a big early victory in court. Now, a long way to go in this case. Some of the Fubo is suing, like we talked about in the past, Fox, Warner Bros. Discovery, and Disney to block their new sports streaming service that they say is anti-competitive. Now, they did successfully get a halt on it until the court case is over as the judge reviews and this case moves forward. There was some requests by different companies, for example, to move the court hearing from one venue to another. That was denied. It's a nice win by Fubo, but it's more a tactical procedure, far from deciding where the future of this case is going. I still think that this case is up to anybody. Fubo has had some very good early victories, but anybody could win this case right now. And I think it's going to really come down a lot to what we discovered during the actual trial, what comes out. Was there a deliberate attempt by Disney to block Fubo and others from offering a service like this? Or is this just kind of one of those situations where at the time, this was what they wanted, or let me rephrase that. This is what Disney at the time did not want to have happen. It's a sports-only streaming service. Now things have changed. Maybe in the future they'll allow others to do it. There's been some talk of Disney striking a deal with DirecTV to offer a similar one, but we'll see. But for now, Fubo has racked up a couple key victories, getting a temporary injunction as the court case moves forward, and preventing the defendants from moving the court case from the current judge to a new one. We'll keep a close eye on this. All right, Chicago Sports Network next story up. There's two new in the Chicago market, two new RSNs. You gotta love this because now there's multiple ways you gotta watch and pay to watch your local teams if you're a Chicago sports fan and live in Chicago. Well, now there's talk about the Chicago Sports Network, the new RSN there that's got like the Chicago Bulls and others, and the marquee RSN, which has got the Chicago Cubs, talking about merging. Now, there's a lot of benefit to here. Neither one may survive on their own, but together they may. Though there's a very different strategy. The Chicago Sports Network with Bulls, the hockey team, and White Sox, if I remember correctly, it's offering their content free over the air with an antenna, but it's not on many cable and streaming services. Marquee is not doing the over the air. They're focusing more on traditional cable RSN type distribution. The Chicago Sports Network, even here in West Michigan, I can get them the air here now out of the greater Grand Rapids, Michigan market. Be interesting to see how this plays out. I think we talked about this, there will be a lot of consolidation. First sign here, two companies tried to do it, probably hoping the others would follow them and didn't. Now they're talking about a merger. Look for similar mergers that happen across the country. There are still many markets that have multiple RSNs, and it's becoming very clear that that's just not sustainable. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Please consider to hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. We would appreciate your support. Until next time, take care, be safe. Have a great day, everybody.